Hi guys, it's Kaylin from Fantasy Monthly, hopping on to do a quick live stream today. I'm going to be super transparent now. I didn't read all 12 chapters yet. I'm about halfway through the first 12 chapters, but I feel like I still got a good sense of the beginning of the book, so I can talk a little bit about that and still give my opinions on the book club question cards. And let's get started. So, everybody pull out their book club question cards, and we will talk a little bit about these questions and then any first impressions you have of the book and a little bit about that controversy that's swirling around a bit. So, the first book club question is, how well does the author establish her fantasy world within the book? The first couple chapters, I'm not seeing a lot of fantasy, to be honest. Just gonna tell you, excuse my sunburn, it's really red, but I'm not seeing a lot of fantasy. Hello, thanks for joining. I'm not seeing a lot of fantasy in the first couple chapters for me. It's all world building, and I eventually got to the part where she was able to use the magic scissors, but that's about all of the fantasy that I'm seeing so far. So in terms of her building her fantasy world within the book, I feel like that is yet to come, and we haven't seen that yet. Number 2 for our book club question card is, how well did the author describe Chinese culture? Right now, she's doing a really great job of that. I'm seeing a lot of what it is like in Chinese culture in terms of the clothing they wear, the mannerisms, what it's like to be a man, what it's like to be a woman. So it's really good to really learn a bit about that. It doesn't go too in depth, but you get a good sense of kind of what the feel is for that culture, which is really awesome. I love that in books when you get to see different cultures. 3, did you enjoy the Tailor aspect of the book? Did it enhance the plot throughout the story? I actually am really enjoying the Tailor aspect because I've never read a book before that is about that strictly. So seeing just all the aspects that a tailor has to think about with color, sewing, embroidery, all that different types of stuff is actually really interesting to me. And the fact that magic is brought into it, and it's starting to be brought into it with her magical scissors that she has, is really interesting to me. So I do enjoy that aspect of the book, and we'll see if that changes as the book moves forward. Number 4, what song does this book make you think of any particular artists? This book makes me think of Rather Be by Clean Bandit, and it also makes me think of some John Mayer songs because she just has a lot of, I don't want to say angst, but it's kind of angst about how she's a woman and she can't show off how good of a tailor she is because of her gender, and that's a big thing for her. And that brings me to the controversy that we see around this book lately. I was really, really surprised when I saw that being posted in a lot of the Facebook reading groups. The fact that Spin the Dawn is controversial because she has to pretend to be a man, and a lot of the LGBTQ community is upset about it because instead of it being a transgender person, it is a woman impersonating a man. However, hello, thanks for joining. However, for me, the controversy doesn't really stand up on its 2 feet because the book is deemed to be a Mulan retelling, and in the Mulan series, you see that she has to become a man in order to fight in the war because that's all what she's always wanted. It's not, to me, it's not about how she becomes people becoming transgender. I feel like this book is not discussing that at all. Therefore, the controversy doesn't really make sense to me. The fact that it should have been a transgender person, if she chooses for the main character to impersonate a man, it makes sense in the story. I'm reading it first 12 chapters and I'm not seeing the controversy. So I don't know if it's just people that have never read the book before or anything like that. And I totally understand that everybody has their own opinions and they have a right to be offended by it, and that's fine. But when I'm reading it, I'm sitting down looking at it, I don't really see the controversy standing up on its own 2 feet just because it's a Mulan retelling. It's not supposed to be about social issues like that. The author is not directly targeting those people, and I doubt that's what she meant by her story. So that's kind of my take on it. I would love to hear your take on the controversy of Spin the Dawn right now, because I think this is going to be a great book, and I would really hate for that controversy to lose her some readers. So let me know what your take is on that, and let me know what your take is on the Fantasy Monthly question cards down below in the comments. And I'm really loving the writing style so far, and I'm loving our main character, and we haven't seen the love interest yet, but that's okay. I'm excited for it anyway, and I hope you guys are loving this book just as much as I am, and I really, really want to know your take on the controversy surrounding this book in the comments below, because I think that's really interesting to just discuss it together. It doesn't have to be a fight between people or anything like that. I would just love to know your take, and I hope I didn't offend anyone by saying my take. So let me know down below in the comments, and I look forward to discussing it.